Today in Tracey's basement, we've got more turtles for the collection. Welcome back to the basement, welcome to the channel if you've never been here before. Today we are opening the NECA SDCC collector's set of Ninja Turtles. And there's stories behind this, and also I feel so bad about myself that it took this long for me to open them.
Yeah.
But this is a prime example of we just have too much backlog.
Yeah.
Because it just kept getting pushed aside and pushed aside.
It almost
now
didn't.
I feel awful.
It almost didn't make it to video because we're tired of all the stuff building up, but we've had a huge push on right now to catch up on a lot of this stuff. But again, huge thank you once again to Derek the Border Geek for helping us out with his US address since NECA did not ship to Canada off their site.
Yeah,
because
the SDCC set, you could only get it at the con or it was either 3 days or 4 days in a row.
It was 3 days, I believe. I just put up a 4 and said 3. There, make it confusing. It was 3 days. They were launching it at
on their store.
Yeah, at 12 o'clock.
Doesn't
matter. The time is irrelevant.
A particular time of day for 3 days in a row. So many of them would go live, and that was your chance to get it. And you could only ship in the U.S.
Yeah, and they went in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Each day. And you know what? That's a good point to make because I see. It's not meant to insult anybody or anything like that, but there is a lot of entitlement in the collectors community nowadays too, where everybody thinks they deserve something just because they want it. That is collecting. Sometimes you're not going to get what you want, and this is a prime example for us because last year they released the arcade turtle set of these same molds. These are the same molds, but they're repainted to be more like the cartoon. I wanted those really bad. I didn't get them. I moved on.
Fancy that.
So that meant this year, when these came out, actually you wanted them this year.
Really wanted
I didn't even go for them, you wanted them. This year, we were ready. We were hit the button ready. And
although,
the first day we missed out, but the second day we got in. Right? The second day we got in.
The first day, they launched like 2 minutes early, and I stupidly took the time to text Johnny Tellez to let him know because I knew he wanted them too.
And then Johnny said thanks, and he got it, and we didn't.
so you're welcome, Johnny.
Yeah. So the second day we were there, we were ready. We were like,
they went really fast.
Okay. So
anyway,
enough because we're gonna never get into them if we keep talking about how we got them. But again, thanks to Derek for helping us get them into Canada because Tracey really, really, really wanted to add these to the collection this year.
I really did.
Even though we couldn't afford them at the time, you wanted them back. So,
first of all, we do have to mention the case. It comes in this beautiful collector's case with like very cartoony 80s cartoon design on it. Mm-hmm. With the Shredder and Krang on one side and the Turtles on the other side and just the city and the footer on there and everything. The logo and everything. It's a really nice case, and I'm totally using it for something.
Yeah, gotta use it for something because the case is almost as much a part of the collectible as the turtles themselves.
It actually makes a great addition to the collection just sitting next to a shelf
It might
somewhere.
be used as a backdrop for something somewhere or for some tiering, just to get more color in the collection.
Because it is beautiful.
Now
There's a little bit of tape.
There's tape on it. Okay, I don't want to screw it up, and I'm not breaking the shredder.
It's just Scotch tape.
I'm not breaking the shredder in case it cuts the film here because I don't want to ruin it. But we finally see them. Okay, it's almost like a little pizza box, eh?
Actually, with the red plastic on the inside.
Look at that! They look so good. Obviously, we're not going to just show them to you like that because that's not how we do things here. But
so there are 2 layers.
And Donatello's bow staff is loose in the package here, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be open.
So the first layer is the Turtles and all of their gear.
And the second layer is the Shredder and the Foot Soldiers and Krang, which is really cool because you don't see a lot of like Krang stuff in that little style, in his little, like, walker pod thing.
That was actually part of the reason I wanted this set, because it came with the villains layer.
Yeah.
And with Krang, and Krang's just awesome.
When we first saw it, we thought it was just the 4 turtles, and we were like, nah.
I thought it was two separate sets.
I liked them, but I was like, nah. But then when we found out there was another layer with all this in it, we were like, okay, yeah, yes. I want that. And I think these are available now, because I think there's a few sets left you can get on Big Bad Toy Store and Pop Culture. They're not cheap, though.
No.
But they are a very, very big set. So let's see how well they look and how well articulated they are.
Let's open the turtles first. I love the look of them right off the bat. So okay. I'll let you have Raph.
Yes, but let's start with Leo, since he's the leader. And we'll end with Raph because he's the best. Oh, gosh. You can do Leo. I just volunteer you to do Leo.
So here is Leo. And these are based, like I say, off the 80s cartoon, which we grew up with. So that is really awesome. And they did a great job of the coloring and the painting and everything. So it just looks like it popped right in the cartoon. Yeah. Basically. And Leo kind of has the determined, grumpy Jason's flinging things all over the...
You know what? I'm going to wait till you're done describing Leo before I try to get the parts out of the box, because I'm just going to be over here making poppy noises the whole time. So after you're done describing Leo, I'll give you the weapons, and then we can show them off with the weapons, okay?
So it is a beautiful mold with the shell all detailed and everything there, and like his muscles and the leather on the belt and everything. Beautiful mold. The big thing is the coloring, because they colored it in those kind of poppy out cartoon colors.
And it's very much the color of them in the early seasons.
Exactly.
It's very early season turtle colors.
Early seasons, yeah. Because they did kind of change as the show
They got a little lighter, I found. Now again, my memory is not 100% perfect on the actual detailed coloring of every single episode of Turtles, but they do seem to harken back. Is that a word? Harken back?
Harken back, yes.
Well, I'm smart, eh? Well, my vocabulary, it's big. But, yeah, they do seem to, like, really shout back to, like, the first couple seasons of the Turtles when they were that very, like, olive greeny color.
Yeah, it's really nice. And he has all his blue, of course, and the bandana and everything. He has his L on the belt. I always loved how they had the letters on the belts.
Well, they were so carbon copy in the old animation days that's basically how you did it. The colors and the belt.
Yeah, exactly. So. And there is a ton of articulation, but they are a little bit stiff, so I'm not going to push it too far, but they do have tons of articulation points so that you can play around with them. Yeah, well, we'll when we get the weapons out, we'll kind of loosen them up and pose them and stuff like that. Of course, there's going to be overlays. You guys know that. We always do overlays. And I'll start digging out the rest of the turtles here, so we can show you guys. Leo, of course, comes with his 2 swords. How could you not have both swords? And he is currently having on his gripping hands, so there you go. Perfect. Love it. Of course, he also has the little sheath in the back where you can hang him on his
slide
shell.
Him in the back, but God, you gotta pose him with his sword.
You gotta
try to make Leo look as cool as possible, because it's really hard for Leo. It's really hard for Leo to look cool. You have to give him a hand. Please. Leos need love. Hashtags, Leos need love. Alright? Of course. If for some reason you didn't want to pose him with his swords in his hands, he has the 2 open hands as well for doing high threes. Yep. And of course he's got the turtle communicator too. The shell phone! So I love that. That's pretty cool. So. That's actually a highly detailed little accessory. Like, well, that might be why you'd want to do something with his other hands or something too. Yeah, maybe, playing with the shell phone. So that's pretty cool. But now we got to move on to the heart of the team. Leo is the focus of the team. Mikey is the heart of the team. And I'm just kind of wiggling him a bit here so that he's nice and articulate and loose. But he's honestly not that bad. He's not that stiff for sitting in the box so long. And the figures have a very plastic feel to them, but they almost feel a little bit flexibly, like rubbery too, in their posability. They do have a little bit of that feel. So, but basically they're like the same molds. Mikey's face is a little bit of a different kind of gesture, of course. Kind of like a half grin. Yep. He's he basically got the same kind of determined turtle eyes. They all kind of have the same determined turtle eyes, but the main difference is because the bodies are like practically the same. Well, remember, this is the 80s cartoon. They all look identical. This is the 1987 cartoon here. They were just like, there were so many mistakes in that cartoon of them coloring masks wrong and stuff like that because the turtles all looked the same, that they didn't match the voices all the time. So many errors. So they're basically the same, but Mikey's got his orange, he's got his M, and he's got his, you know, slightly different face. They're basically the same color pretty much, too, I would say.
More or less. There might be a slight difference in the green in certain areas.
So since the turtles are all the same, I'm actually going to get all the parts out first before we move on, so I can stop doing all this cutting constantly. And so, of course, since we're back at it now, we've got everything out now, Mikey comes with his trademark nunchucks, of course.
What's awesome about the nunchucks? Real chain.
Yeah, real chain on them. And what's really cool about the nunchucks, too, is he comes with this extra part. Let's see if I got the right nunchuck here, because one of them comes apart. Of course, I don't have the right nunchuck. But one of the nunchucks comes apart, takes that wooden piece off, and he comes with an extra piece of him twirling the nunchuck like that. How cool is that?
I love that. I love the look of it.
That's pretty cool.
That was a great little addition.
And he also comes with his grappling hook, the turtle grappling hook, and 2 thumbs up hands. So, you know, you want he's the fun, he's the party, right?
Exactly.
Hey, what's up, guys? And he comes with pizza.
Of course.
And another little shell communicator that's closed. Mikey's section came with a lot of stuff. But I mean, like, it's all interchangeable anyway. I mean, obviously you want to give them their weapons, but all the turtles had these extra things. So all the extra accessories are interchangeable with each of the turtles. So let's get Mikey's nunchucks in his hand, and then we can move on to Donnie. So here's your Donatello.
There's Madani. Love Madani. So again, basically...
Madani?
Madani.
Sounds like a 80s pop star. Love Madani.
But again, basically all the same mold and everything. Slight differences in like the belt. So like he's got one hoop for his bow staff. The purple, of course, and his D and everything. His face is like a closed mouth, kind of just contemplative look, I guess you want to say.
He's the brains.
He's the brains.
He's the brains of the team.
He's in the back thinking about things. And he's, of course, my favorite. But he has the 2 different hands. He's got kind of a different pair of gripping hands. So these ones are the same as Leo's, but these ones are slightly different for, I guess, holding like the T-phone and all that kind of thing. And he has his bow staff, of course, the important part. And this is where I get conflicted because I don't know if he looks cooler holding it or with it on his back.
He does look pretty cool with it on his back.
I do like him with it on his back.
If you put it on his back and maybe make him hold like one of the more like brainy items, like the shell phone or something like that, that might work pretty cool too.
I like that.
So yeah,
he looks cool with it on his back.
Same basic mold, but that.
I like it.
Now, Raph, my favorite, and Adriana's favorite. So he is again the same mold. His face, he's got the kind of growl snarl on that side. He is the sarcastic one. He is the muscle of the team. He's got his R, of course, just like anything else. He comes with the size.
Of course.
He has to have his trademark size. Probably the most pointy. I don't know, the swords are pretty pointy too, but these are actually at a point. Yeah. So it's a very stabby weapon. So, and he's an angry turtle. So he's ready to do some stabbing. Although in no cartoon they barely use their weapons at all, except on foot soldiers.
Good point.
He comes with some pointing hands. And honestly, I think all these hands are interchangeable on all the turtles because a lot of the hands in each section are very similar. And, like, you're not going to have every turtle go,
exactly.
point, right? So he also comes with another open communicator, too, open shell phone. So very, very cool. The muscle, the brains, the heart, and the focus, all in one. So,
ta-da!
The brothers extraordinaire.
These guys look awesome. Of course, with their weapons in their hands, they look perfect. Donnie with his on his back.
Oh, I forgot to mention they come with an open pizza box,
too.
Oh,
yes, and the open pizza
There's
box.
An open pizza there
course.
For a little display purposes.
Yep, you gotta have pizza.
But here's where the set really starts to add up because here's where things start getting a little different. So I'm going to start with the 2 foot soldiers because they're exactly the same because all the foot soldiers are the same in the cartoon.
Like every cartoon with superheroes has that one enemy that just comes in hordes.
Yeah.
For the turtles, it was the foot soldiers, and these guys are great.
These are awesome.
They are, again, perfectly painted for the cartoon with the purple and the black and the silver, and they have that ridiculous hunch that they all had where their heads almost look like they're coming out of their chest.
Yeah.
They're just...
Well, they're very robotic and head sticky outy. God, I'm good at describing. Remember what I said to you the other day? If you add a Y to anything, it becomes a descriptor. So it's head sticky outy. That's how you describe it. Yeah.
I love it. They have that, whatever you call it, that goes around the shoulders and comes down on the chest, and the kind of Shredder-esque
arm guards
there. The wraps all around their feet, and they scream ineptitude.
Yeah, they scream General Baddie. Yeah, they are just General Baddie of the show. Eh? It's like the Horde.
They're so pathetic.
It's just the General Baddie. They're the General Baddie of the show. It's great. I love the look of them. I think it's awesome.
And they do, of course, have the red foot on their foreheads.
Of course. Very articulate, just like most of NECA stuff. And it's very limber. It's not tight. So right out of the box, it's coming out pretty good. So I love these foot soldiers. And I'm going to, because I forgot to again, I'm going to dig the stuff out first. Because there's so much stuff. It comes with so much stuff. I'm going to dig it all out first before we move on to Shredder and Krang.
So I have Krang.
Krang's awesome.
Krang is perfect.
He looks like the little wad of bubblegum from the cartoon.
Yes, he's a slimy, gross wad of bubblegum. He's got the gross little tentacles and the little bits hanging from his chin there. He's got the just disgusting snarl with the little teeth coming up and the gross purple eyes.
Yeah, he's great.
He's just... the most perfect thing. I love that. And he comes with his little walker.
Of course.
Which is awesome. It's very awesomely detailed and painted with all the gray and the little tubes and everything. You have your little glass window that opens up, and therein he sits. I absolutely love it.
Wait, he was in there. How did he get... We got it all messed up.
I think there's a part here where, like, his arms come through, but... Yeah.
Here, you're screwing it all up.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. Okay. His little tentacle arms come off.
Because they come through the robot in the cartoon so he can reach stuff.
So he goes in, and there's these two little holes on the front.
No wonder he didn't fit.
There we go.
Die!
We're dumb. There you go. Perfect.
That's even better now, actually. That's super cool.
That's awesome.
I love that.
And there is, of course, articulation in the legs and the robot, so you can have him in kind of a walking position. And the feet move and everything.
And he came with
very cool.
He came with his little tiny hover pod too, so you can kind of have him just sitting there, kind of on his hover pod next to his robot if you want, or just have him on his little hover pod. So just an option.
I gotta say though, I love the robot.
Oh, the walker's awesome.
He's gotta be in the walker robot.
That's one of the things I saw on the set that I said I gotta have this set. But actually, you, like I said though, you're the one who wanted this set.
This one was all me. I got to hold up to it, guys. I
made an adult decision, and I saved some money.
And I made the opposite.
You made, you know what? It's okay because we both counteract our adult decisions so much that I don't think we've ever made a full adult decision.
Fair enough.
So I've got a Rokusaki, the Shredder, and this was the other thing that I really wanted in the set too.
He is so awesome.
Now what's great about all these figures, and you can really see it highlighted on him, is the line work. The line paint on all the things.
They painted them such that they had that little bit of cartoon.
It's a very cartoon line work feel to it.
Yeah, it really stands out on him.
He comes with, of course, with his metal helmet and an actual purple cloth cape. So it's not just like another plastic cape. It's actual cloth. Like really makes you feel like the old toy with that cloth cape that you always lost. And then everybody Shredder was running around shirtless. Those old 1980s Ninja Turtle toys, because they didn't have the gray thing, gray suit on them back then either. It was just everybody had shirtless He-Man Shredders. So, but of course, he's got blades all over him. So if he didn't have it, he wouldn't be the Shredder. And they look really good. And of course, the blades on his shins, and very articulate, just like the other ones. And if we're going to get into the accessories for all of these things, there's actually quite a few.
Obviously not much for Krang.
Yeah, because Krang can only do so much.
Exactly.
His accessories are more, they just stand by.
Yeah, he's got his little chair thing.
But, actually, I think this is supposed to go with Shredder. He's over here. I don't think it matters. I think they're all kind of interchangeable in the set. But there is the little Krang communicator phone that always has Krang's face talking to Shredder and calling him down to the lowest on it. And Shredder, of course, comes with a sword to make him look pretty cool. And there is a small, kind of like futuristic blaster-type gun, because, you know, Dimension X and all that stuff. Plus, 2 extra sets of hands for the Shredder, and, I don't know what this is.
I'm assuming that it's an ooze canister?
I don't think it's an ooze canister, though.
I don't know.
It's very, very blue.
Yeah.
But it could be. It could be an ooze canister.
I don't
know.
remember what they looked like in the old cartoon.
It almost looks like some kind of part from an old episode where they're trying to probably put a part into the Technodrome or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure what that thing is, but it's a blue cylinder. But
there are also 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of extra hands for the foot.
Oops. That's because I'm playing over here. I'm playing over here, okay? So.
And we have 2 humongous guns for the foot soldiers. This one looks a little bit more realistic, and this one is some kind of weird sound wave.
That's a ray gun.
Yeah.
That's the one that, it's like a hypno ray. It would shoot out those rings, eh? Like all the old cartoons had, every old cartoon, 80s and 90s, had like a hypno ray that would shoot out rings and go wall, 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 wall. There. If you can describe it, it's a wah-wah gun.
Wah-wah gun.
It's a wah-wah gun. That's what it's called. It's a wah-wah gun.
Perfect. So it's awesome that they come with these weapons, because they always had the ridiculous guns that they couldn't use, and they were supposed to be martial artists, but they were always using guns for some reason. So that's perfect.
Yep.
Lots of interchangeable parts for these.
Yeah. Look at all the hands. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
Look at all the foot soldier hands. That is a lot of foot soldier hands.
So there is plenty of stuff that you can do with these. You can get whole scenes going on. You could build a fight scene out of these 8 guys. Yeah. It's just perfect. That's why I wanted the set, is because I love the turtles, but I love the fact that they came with the villains. And there's lots of weapons, and there's lots of stuff to play with, and Krang's little robot, like...
Krang's amazing.
This is just an amazing set that NECA put together for SDCC.
And it's, the turtles are loved across generations, but it's just such a great shout back to the old cartoon.
Exactly.
And it brings back the feeling of the old toy lines, and it's just, I don't know, it's just awesome. It's just awesome, and I love having it because we love turtles.
This is an amazing set. I am going to play with this so much, get some scenes, get some good pictures.
No, there's going to be a ton of pictures on Instagram.
Up on the Instagram for sure.
There's going to be a ton. You're going to be flooded. So.
I am super, super happy that I was able to get it. Thank you again to Derek for helping me get it into Canada. Tell us, you guys, what you thought of the set. Jason, do you have a favorite out of all of these figures?
Well, if I'll pick a favorite turtle, Raph. They're all the same. I'm gonna pick my favorite turtle, obviously. Although I do think Mikey's nunchuck spinning is really cool. And I'm gonna go. I like them all. I'm gonna go with Shredder for the bad guy one, because I like the line work and I like the purple standing out, and it looks like the cartoon.
Definitely. They did an amazing job in Shredder. I am going to have to pick Krang.
I knew you were going to pick Krang. You like your little wad of bubblegum.
I just find him so amusing, and you don't see much stuff of Krang.
Not really. Not anymore.
Shredder's awesome, but you see a lot of Shredder stuff.
Yeah.
You don't see anything of Krang.
No.
So I love that they have
and the
Krang
new versions of Krang that came out in later iterations of the Turtles just weren't the same as the old bubblegum Krang.
This is the excellent Krang.
That is really cool, yeah.
Of course, let us know, you guys, down in the comment section below what you thought of the set and which is your favorite.
Who's your favorite turtle?
Who's your favorite turtle?
So you're going to get it right or you get it wrong. Remember, there's only one wrong answer. It's Leo.
If you've enjoyed the video, please give us a big thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat at Tracey's Basement, Jason from TB on Twitter, and of course, as always, guys, keep coming back for more Tracey's Basement. Bye!